Hello, it's Victor Dadash. I hope you're having an awesome day so far. Today, I want to talk about some of the things I learned about from my recent experience about being without power for 5.5 days. Now, as you can imagine, it was not fun because it's summertime. There's no electricity. There is no air conditioning, and I called up the power company, which is Con Edison here in New York City, and they told me because there were only 25 to 30 people in my area that got hit with the power outage, we were low priority because they had to take care of the bigger hit areas. So I had to wait and wait for 5.5 days. Now, as you can imagine, it was frustrating. But after a while, I said to myself, well, this is not fun, but I have to make the best of it. I had to change my response. I can wallow in misery or I can try to make the best of it, be resourceful. So I did a few things. Number one, I just focused more on my reading since I couldn't use my laptop or my desktop and all the places nearby I couldn't use because New York City still has the law that you can't sit down anywhere, restaurants or Starbucks, any coffee shops. So I couldn't sit down anywhere. I couldn't go far away because I have to be with my mom because she's an elderly woman and I don't want to leave her alone where there is a power outage. So it's not good to leave my mom alone. So I want to make sure I was nearby all the time. So I did a lot of reading, worked on my personal development, worked on my visualization, worked on my meditation. Some of the other things I did is I just went out, talked to people. I wound up making a couple of great connections with entrepreneurs in different stores. So when you go outside, you just never know who you will meet. Now, if I just stayed home and wallowed in pity, I would not have made these two new friendships. So I got to meet a couple of great entrepreneurs just by going outside and talking to people. So you just never know who you might meet. So we keep an open mind, good things can happen. If you keep a closed mind, bad things tend to happen. So I just, try to make the best of the situation. Here's the thing: you can't always control the things that happen to you. Bad things may happen to you, but what you can control is how you respond to the situation. That's where your power is. It's in how you respond. Two people can have the same thing happen to them. One will have a good experience from it, one will have a bad experience, and it's all because of how they respond to it. If you choose a negative response, it's going to have a negative outcome. If you choose to have a positive, powerful response, you're going to have a much more positive outcome from it. So you got to remember, you have control over how you respond to any situation. That's what I chose to do. So because of that, I did a lot of personal development, did a lot of reading, learned a lot. I always work on my personal development, but I had a lot more time to work at it now because I couldn't do anything else. So it really helped me out a lot. The other thing it taught me was to add more things to the things I should be grateful for. We always talk about gratitude when you're an entrepreneur, but I'm grateful for the fact that now I have light, electricity. I'm grateful for air conditioning because it's over 90 degrees today and it is extremely humid. And I miss that air conditioning when we didn't have any. Now, granted, I'm grateful for the fact that when the power went out, it wasn't as hot last week. So it was like mid 80s. It was still hot, but not as hot as it is right now. So thankfully, the air conditioning returned when it got to over 90 degrees. So I'm grateful for that. So I'm going to add more things to the list of things I want to be grateful for. And I truly believe the more things you're grateful for, the more things that'll pop up in your life that you're grateful for. So I have fewer things I'll be taking for granted, things that'll help me out in my life. So again, made some connections, met a couple entrepreneurs who are now my friends, and worked on my personal development. And I made the best of what is, for most people, a bad situation. And so, look, when you're an entrepreneur, you're gonna have situations you got to deal with. You're gonna have obstacles and struggles, and you gotta learn to overcome it. And that's what I had to do in this situation. So I either could have wallowed in pity and misery and said this stinks, or I tried to make the best of my time, and that's what I did. I focused on making the best of my time, and as a result, I did some good things over the course of this very difficult situation. And guess what? If this happens again, hopefully it won't happen anytime soon. I'll be prepared for the next time. So the important thing is I learned a lot from this situation. I overcame it, and I chose a positive response, which led to a better outcome and good things happen. So that's all I want to share for today. I hope you got some good value out of this. And remember, no matter what happens to you, bad things will happen to you sometimes. Remember, your power lies in how you respond to that obstacle, to that event. The event doesn't determine what happens. It's your response to that event that determines your outcome. You always have control over that. So remember, never forget that. So if you want things to turn out better, if something negative happens to you, focus on a positive, powerful response, and you'll have a better outcome. So this is Victor Dash signing off. Have yourself an amazing day. Take care and God bless.